I am just trying to end this. Just let me do it. Just please let me do it. Please. I honestly do not think. Okay.
We shall begin to assemble our own version of the North Shore. We will scrawl in dead languages and electrical diagrams and hide them away for future theologians to muse and mumble over. We will send a letter to Esther Donnelly and demand her answer. We will mix the paint with ashes and tarmac and the glow from our infections. We will paint a moon over the Sanford Junction and blue lights falling like stars along the hard shoulder.
What is this? What the fuck? I just gotta make sure. What is this anyway? Oh look, there's that shadow figure again. More. Was that Esther? I really don't know what any of that is supposed to mean. Here's more. What the hell is this? Tires, suspensions. So I suppose this is just remnants of stuff laying around.
There were chemical stains on the tarmac. The leak of air conditioning, brake fluid and petrol. He kept sniffing at his fingers as he sat by the roadside, waiting as if he couldn't quite understand or recognize their smell. He said he'd been travelling back from a sales conference in Exeter. He'd stopped for farewell drinks earlier, but had kept a careful eye on his intake. You could hear the sirens above the idling traffic.
Flight from heaven shone around him. I think that's what that says. You know, whether it be daytime, nighttime, this game looks so great.
From here, I can see my armada. I collected all the letters I'd ever meant to send to you, if I'd have ever made it to the mainland, but had instead collected at the bottom of my rucksack, and I spread them out along the lost beach. Then I took each and every one, and I folded them into boats. I folded you into the creases, and then, as the sun was setting, I set the fleet to sail. Shattered into 21 pieces, I consigned you to the Atlantic, and I sat here until I'd watched all of you sink.
On a sudden, let's read this. On a sudden, a light from heaven shone around him, and he fell to the ground. And those are eggs. They're his little boats. Yeah, so if you remember from earlier, in the cave, I assume there was a reference to that. Wait. I was about to say, where the fuck do I go? There's our target right there. Let's just get a good look at this view. Oops. Screenshot. That'll make a great fucking theme.
I will drag my leg behind me. I will drag it like a crumpled hatchback, tires blown and sparking across the dimming lights of my vision. I'm running out of painkillers, and am following the flicker of the moon home. When Paul keeled over dead on the road to Damascus, they restarted his heart with the jump leads from a crumpled hatchback. It took 21 attempts to convince it to wake up.
Wow. Hey, there's our shadow man right there.
I've begun my voyage in a paper boat without a bottom. I will fly to the moon in it. I've been folded along a crease in time, a weakness in the sheet of life. Now you've settled on the opposite side of the paper to me. Each disintegrates, we will intermingle. When this paper aeroplane leaves the cliff edge and casts parallel vapor trails in the dark, we will come together.
And as he was proceeding on his journey, this is where God, you have to admire this. This is mind-boggling. Oh, there's the winds.
If only Donnelly had experienced this, he would have realized he was his own shoreline, as am I. Just as I am becoming this island, so he became his syphilis, retreating into the burning synapses, the stones, the infection.
Bent back like a nail, like a hangnail, like a drowning man clung onto the wheel, drunk and spiraled, washed onto the lost shore under a moon as fractured as a shattered wing. We cleave, we are flight and suspended, these wretched painkillers, this form inconstant. I will take flight, I will take flight.
Damn, he really wants to take flight. And to be honest, I don't blame him one bit. And it came to pass that as I made my journey, and I can't read the rest of that. What is in here? Oh. Past that as I made my journey, and I can't read. I almost fell off this thing. Oh my god. This legit looks like it's not even moving. Never mind.
I have dredged these waters for the bones of the hermit, for the traces of Donnelly, for any sign of Jakobsen's flock, for the empty bottle that would incriminate him. I have scoured this stretch of motorway 21 times, attempting to recreate his trajectory, the point when his heart stopped dead and all he saw was the moon over the Sanford Junction. He was not drunk, Esther. He was not drunk at all, and it was not his fault. It was the converging lines that doomed him. This is not a recorded natural condition. The gulls do not fly so low over the motorway and cause him to swerve. The paint scored away from his car in lines like an infection, making directly for the heart. I will send news to each and every star.
Dear Esther, I have burned the cliffs of Damascus. I have drunk deep of it. My heart is my leg, and a black line etched on the paper all along this boat without a bottom. You are all the world like a nest to me. Eggs unbroken form like fossils, come together, send small black flowers to the air. From this infection, hope. From this island, flight. From this grief, love.
Well, that was Dear Esther. even though it's short, it was still very good for what it was. Good job to all these people. That was, this really makes you think that anything can happen in the universe. You never really know what's going to come at you next. Anything can happen. Whether you're getting washed up ashore, trying to survive. Yeah, 2007. Wow. Whether you're getting washed up ashore and trying to find your way, being so cold that your body decomposes, or whatever, being able to climb top of a radio tower and take flight, it really does make you think. But, yeah, that's it. I could have done this yesterday, but again, I was busy. I was talking to someone. So I wanted to do that. I was going to come back to this eventually. Luckily, I got the shit to fucking work. So, thank you. Thank you if you ever watch this. I appreciate everybody. You have been blessed. Thank you. Namaste.